We all love and appreciate what the revolutionary Nintendo Switch has done since it was released 6 years ago, but there's no question it has started to lose its shine, and I think many of us are curious to know what the company is going to do next. While we have no official word on what a future Nintendo console will look or act like, we do have an idea of their endgame, and it's been right under our noses the entire time. I'm going to set the stage for you. It was a dark and stormy night. Wrong story. So, I was watching the February Nintendo Direct, and they announced something I never saw coming. Baten Kaitos HD Remastered. Now, it's arguably the best JRPG series to ever exclusively release on the GameCube, and before you guys come at me talking about Skies of Arcadia and Tales of Symphonia, they are fantastic games that are definitely in the running for the GOAT of JRPGs, but both have been released onto other consoles, especially the latter. Baten Kaitos is an excellent game, but very unpopular, and I rarely hear people talk about it to this day. Now, you may be wondering why I think Baten Kaitos releasing on the Switch is so important. It's because it raises a greater question for Nintendo. Why waste time remastering an obscure and unpopular JRPG series that didn't sell well 20 years ago? Could it be nostalgia is all the rage and Nintendo wants to build a new audience for the series in 2023, which just so happens to be the 20th anniversary of the first Baten Kaitos entry? Probably not, because resurrecting an obscure JRPG can't be worth the resources when there are plenty of new properties they could think tank on that could potentially be more successful, like ARMS and Splatoon have been. Could it be that JRPGs are much more popular now, like the extremely successful Persona and Xenoblade Chronicles series? Probably not, because I can't see how a 20-year-old Baten Kaitos outsell Persona 5 or Xenoblade Chronicles 3 this year. We'll find out soon enough, but I'm not betting my money on that one. So to answer this question, we have to think about how Nintendo has long wanted to merge their home and handheld consoles. The Wii U was the first to sort of achieve this, but the Switch perfected it. So what if the Switch was their true endgame all along? It makes sense when you think about it. With every new version of the Switch, we'll likely see quicker performance, improved graphics, and other features we can't even fathom, but at the end of the day, it will still just be a Switch console. It would explain why Nintendo has been steadily revamping their entire game library in a two-pronged approach. The N64 and older titles are constantly updating and releasing on their Switch Online platform, while their GameCube and newer properties are being remastered into standalone games. I think this lofty goal will be an economically smart plan for Nintendo and an extremely convenient one for us. Nostalgia and curiosity will always bring gamers to relive or experience Nintendo's older titles. Updating them now for the Switch and any potentially future iterations will allow us to have access when these older games become harder to find. This allows the Nintendo Switch to be the main focus for the company, where they can make the console a true one-stop shop for the foreseeable future. Saving money remaking games on this console without having to worry about any drastic future hardware changes will inevitably save money for them. Also, I could see the Nintendo Switch app as a stepping stone for something more evolved, like an actual Nintendo phone, where you can do all sorts of things like conveniently buy and play games, transfer data seamlessly, in addition to all the other things a smartphone usually provides. I did want to mention that, culturally speaking, video game remakes are more common in Japan than in America, with franchises like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest leading the pack. Now, I have no basis for this, but I think Nintendo may be showing a little respect to their past when they make these remastered games. It's a small but significant enough reason to remake properties that were very important to them in the past. Look, Nintendo, heck, Japan does a lot of things that may not make sense to other people, but I'll never underestimate what the venerable gaming company is capable of. After all, there is a reason why they're not only still standing after decades of being in the industry, but still producing stuff that everyone enjoys. And I hope they continue on forever. Now, if you got anything to say, I'd love to hear it and talk some more about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. You can send me an email, or you can find me on Twitter or Facebook. Oh, and one more thing. If you like what you're watching, feel free to subscribe by clicking that platypus to keep up with my latest videos. Thanks for watching, and stay nerdious.